Hi, welcome to episode 21, aka the Bitcoin episode of the Bitcoin Brew. This week, the spot price of Bitcoin dropped to a multi-year low of 15,801 amidst, obviously, the FTX collapse. A bankruptcy court filing shows that FTX owes $3.1 billion to creditors and over $100 million to customers. In the wake of all of this, 100,000 Bitcoin worth over $1.5 billion left Coinbase in 48 hours, which is very exciting. Bitcoin is currently hovering around 17,000, so we're staying strong. Today's topics include more updates from the FTX fallout, another Chapter 11 announcement, how Bitcoin celebrates Black Friday, and institutions jumping into the Bitcoin space. All right, let's go.
The battle cry that prevailed throughout the summit last week, I felt like was a call for transparency and trust to legitimize our space. To restore confidence in the crypto industry, one company, Binance, has committed $2 billion to a crypto industry recovery fund. The exchange provided details of the initiative this week. Named the Industry Recovery Initiative, or IRI for short, this project will be intended for companies suffering from the temporary issues due to the unforeseen hardships caused by the FTX fallout. IRI will be flexible on its investment structure by taking fiat, tokens, credit, Bitcoin, and beyond. They estimate this will last around 6 months, and participants will be able to withdraw remaining unused funds at the end of the initiative. So initially, Binance committed $1 billion with an intent to ramp up to $2 billion in the near future if the need arises. So far, we've seen some pretty interesting companies jumping in on this. It is Aptos Labs, Animoca Brands, GSR, Kronos, and Brooker Group have committed to participating with an initial aggregate commitment of around $50 million US, and they are expecting more participants to join. I went to CZ's blog and found this quote: "With blockchain technologies, we can make our industry far more transparent than traditional financial industries. Binance will continue to lead by example and move the industry forward." And he actually put up the wallet address of where these funds would go. Yes. So we could be able to see who's contributed, how much has gone in. What are your thoughts on this? Good idea, bad idea?
I mean, it's definitely interesting. I think, how much of it is just a PR move, because historically Binance has been known as the just plow through, get it done quick, moving fast, not as thorough. And Coinbase has been kind of more of the gold standard for exchanges, although they're clearly not perfect. We just need more transparency in the space. So I hope he really is trying to do that, but I don't really trust that. I mean, especially with everything that just happened, there's really, it's hard to know where is this headed.
It's true. It's true. I'll be interested to see who all participates and how much money is raised, and hopefully it's used in a positive and trustworthy endeavor.
Mm-hmm. I do feel just post all of this messy fallout, a lot of companies are trying to stand out and make a stand, to kind of be this is what our mission is. Some are going only Bitcoin, some are going just we're going to be an ecosystem. But I thought it was interesting. Casa Hodl announced that they are going to now help their customers custody ETH and not just Bitcoin. Which is just one of those announcements that I thought, that's kind of interesting. And almost immediately Unchained and Swan announced hey, we're only Bitcoin, we're taking this side of the fence, which again just highlights the tribalism that is in crypto, unfortunately. So
I agree. I feel like that line in the sand has been drawn even deeper between Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So we'll see.
Which isn't all wrong. I mean, it's there's been this massive explosion in the space. So what do we expect? But
I think the dust is still settling.
For sure. Yeah. And sadly, another exchange, and in this case, also a lender, bites the dust. Just this week, Blockfi announced that they are filing voluntary Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which is different from involuntary in that their customers didn't pressure them to do it. They decided as a company on their own to file. So unfortunately, this is something that we're getting very familiar with Chapter 11. Previously, SBF said that his company, FTX, would acquire Blockfi. This was a while back, and it was set to happen in 2023. So working out the paperwork, they have some time to figure it out. Blockfi, you're good. You don't need to worry. Well, it turns out that they were completely wrong. They did need to worry. They are not fine. So with the collapse of 3AC, which followed Luna, Terra, all of that. So we have 3AC weighing heavily on BlockFi because they were a big investor. The FTX fiasco, obviously, and then the subsequent market downturn, BlockFi essentially had no other choice. So I was on their website and found this interesting post. It said, BlockFi is the only independent lender with institutional backing from investors that include Valor Ventures, Galaxy Digital, Fidelity, Acuna Capital, SoFi, and Coinbase Ventures. So TBD on how these companies are holding up post-bankruptcy filing, but it's likely that they didn't invest over their heads. But we'll continue to look out for developing stories around this information. So, and one, Fidelity, we'll touch on later in the show. What are your thoughts on this? Blah, blah, blah.
I'm sad. But as we said, I think it's sort of like a game of dominoes. Everybody's stacked up and everybody was relying on each other. And so we've seen, I feel like earlier when we started doing the show, it wasn't quite as frequent that we were talking about the Chapter 13s and Chapter 11s. And I think it's just going to, kind of like I saw it, the analogy of a wildfire. And kind of everything is on fire burning and
we're clearing it out.
Exactly.
Not we, but
exactly.
The industry.
Yes.
It's not all bad, but it is sad to watch.
Quite. I'm ready for the light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully that will be soon. Oh, but I did want to tell you, Senator Ron Wyden requested that top crypto exchanges now show and explain how they handle customer information and manage funds.
I think that's a good idea.
Absolutely. And even amongst all this, I'm having people who never before wanted to engage with me about crypto. I'm talking about my family, my friends that are outside of the space. Mm-hmm. This has the attention from the media, what they're reading and seeing. People are curious and they want to know more, which, I hate to say there's a silver lining because this has been devastating for so many, but I think the general public is interested and wants to know more.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, we've had kind of people out of the woodwork text us and be like, why are you throwing your careers away? And it's just it's on the headlines. It's front page news, as people say. So yeah, it's true. I did see that the Texas State Securities Board is requiring SBF to appear in court on February 2nd to talk about, all this. Apparently they started investigating him in October. So before everything kind of came out. Which I'm like, that's so Texas to be like, oh, we already know. We're already on this.
I wonder if it'll be a public hearing or
I don't know.
We should so be there if it's open to the public.
We should. I would go to Austin for that.
100%. So speaking of Thanksgiving and family, did you do any Black Friday shopping this year?
I did buy a Real Bedford beanie. So shout out to the Bitcoin football team. They had a discount code. This is Peter McCormick's team that he it's like the Bitcoin team now.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I enjoyed hearing him at the summit.
Yeah, that was a great conversation.
Interview with Cruz.
Yeah.
It was excellent. So I learned about something new. It's called Bitcoin Black Friday. And first let me back up. Black Friday shopping was up at an all-time high of $9.12 billion. That's up 2% from last year. Cyber Monday netted around $11 billion. Pretty impressive numbers considering the economy right now. Bitcoin Black Friday, however, was born in 2012 when one crypto enthusiast organized the first effort to promote cryptocurrency spending in the community. And there's an entire microcosm of over 150 merchants that are incentivizing spending your Bitcoin on all the things: electronics, jewelry, games, even naming domains. Black Friday is the single biggest day for Bitcoin spending, with an enormous amount of transactions processed due to offering special incentives for making Bitcoin purchases. The daily Bitcoin price action in the month of November has fluctuated between $300 and $500. So combined with the discounted merchant prices, you could totally score on gifts for yourself and others. It's a day to celebrate transacting with Bitcoin. Lululemon, Nike, Home Depot, and IKEA are among vendors that participate. But alternatively, you could buy a gift card using your crypto on a platform called Coinbase. That way, if a merchant...
Wait, you said Coinbase.
Oh, CoinGate.
Okay.
Thank you. Good catch. On
I wonder if
CoinGate.
Coinbase does that, though.
They totally should if they aren't. That way, if a merchant doesn't accept crypto yet, your friends and family can still purchase it using their gift card. And there are around 3,000 companies that you can choose from.
I've never heard of this before today.
Me neither.
I wonder, is it more global or how much is spent in the U.S.? Can they track that?
I was trying to find those numbers because I would love to see what percentage of money was spent on fiat, what percent was crypto, specifically then Bitcoin. But as much digging as I did, I wasn't able to find those numbers.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Did you buy anything with Bitcoin?
I did
crypto?
not, although I did reinstate my wallet, so I'm so happy.
Hey, that's exciting.
I was very happy about that.
Okay.
Yes, but no. I don't do Black Friday shopping.
Yeah.
I need to. I need to plan better and get
Oh,
on that.
no, I don't think so.
And I was telling you earlier, most people, not most, but there was a resurgence of people shopping in store. The good
People are ready to
old-fashioned
get
way.
out.
For, like, get me out of this house. I want to go
Please.
shopping.
Yep. Speaking of new ventures, I guess, I thought we could use some good news because it's been a little depressing around here lately, obviously. And so here it is. Fidelity Digital Assets rolled out their retail Bitcoin trading platform. Fidelity has been open about their interest in this space, especially Bitcoin, and apparently have been working on this since 2014. So good for them. Getting in early. I am kind of obsessed with this quote from their website. All right, just wait for it. It's so good. Fidelity Digital Assets is proud to be an early mover in this space and will continue to build products that support the rapidly evolving digital asset ecosystem and enable broader adoption. Isn't that perfect?
That's beautiful.
So, of course, this is not without some scrutiny from our dear Senator Elizabeth Warren, who, by the way, called out the GPC recently regarding the Bitcoin mining and the ERCOT grid here in Texas. So don't give up, Fidelity. Stay strong. But I think Fidelity's going to bring an air of professionalism to the space, quote unquote, kind of like the adult in the room, if you will.
I feel like you've had your pulse on this, your hand on the pulse of this, because you've brought up Fidelity several times in shows previously. They're making really good moves.
I just hope that they're actually legitimate, because they have proven to be a really valuable company, good customer service over the longevity of their company. And so I just hope that, it sounds like they've been doing their research for about 8 years now. They've been through a few cycles, a few, bankruptcies. They hopefully are bringing like a concrete, good foundation to their new ventures in crypto.
They have a good track record. People have trust in that traditional finance establishment. So I think I love this news. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep, it's a good one. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
What's your handle?
I'm at TBC Amy.
And I'm Ray Bay Becca. I always said I would change that, but I never did. So
And
here we
have
are.
an Instagram page.
We have an Instagram page.
Bitcoin.brew. You can find us there.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Hey, it's Amy with the Texas Blockchain Council. Thanks for watching. We've got more great content. Subscribe here. Like here. What am I even pointing at? Nobody knows. See you next time.